Have you ever felt like the most unfortunate Christian? Perhaps it was a day when everything went wrong, or a season of life filled with trials and discomfort. It's a common feeling, one that can lead us down a spiral of despair and questioning. Yet this perception of being unlucky might not be as grounded in reality as we think. As Christians, our understanding of luck or misfortune should be shaped not by the world's standards, but by the wisdom of the Bible. The Bible teaches us that what the world views as misfortune, God often uses as tools for growth and evidence of faith. The concept of luck, as understood by the secular world, does not hold much weight in Christian philosophy. Instead of asking, "Why me?" we might begin to ask, "What can I learn from this?" Recognizing that our days are woven with divine intention can help us see that behind every challenge lies an opportunity for growth and a deeper relationship with God. When we delve into why Christians feel unlucky, we often find that it's not just about the events themselves, but about our interpretations and reactions to them. Feelings of misfortune usually stem from our human tendency to focus on the negative aspects of our circumstances. Moreover, in a world dominated by social media and constant comparisons, it's easy to feel as if everyone else's life is better and more blessed. This difference between perception and reality can foster feelings of being unlucky or abandoned by God. However, biblical teachings encourage us to lift our gaze from our immediate circumstances and to reflect on the broader picture of God's plan for us. Embracing this truth requires faith and a deep trust in God's power. The Bible is filled with stories and teachings that provide insight into God's perspective on suffering and misfortune. One of the key themes is that God uses our challenges not just to test our faith, but to refine it. Consider the words of James, who tells us to consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3. This directive to find joy in adversity underscores the transformative power of trials in the life of a believer. When we understand that our hardships can lead to spiritual maturity and deeper reliance on God, we begin to view them as necessary parts of our spiritual journey. Furthermore, the Bible provides us with a comforting assurance that God is present in our struggles. One of the most powerful examples of enduring severe trials and emerging stronger is the story of Job. Job was a man who, by any worldly standard, would have been considered extremely unlucky. He lost his wealth, his children, and his health in quick succession. His friends accused him of wrongdoing, assuming his misfortune was a punishment from God. Yet, Job's story is pivotal in understanding biblical perspectives on suffering. Despite his profound losses and the misunderstanding of his friends, Job maintained his integrity and his faith in God. He wrestled with deep questions about justice and suffering, yet he did not turn his back on God. Instead, he boldly approaches God with his doubts and frustrations, which is indicative of a deep and real relationship with the divine. As a result, Job emerged from his trials with a renewed faith and a restored life. If this resonates with you, show your support by hitting the like button. You won't believe the insights that await, shedding light on how to navigate challenges with faith and determination. Another profound biblical narrative that explores the theme of perceived misfortune is the story of Joseph. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, wrongly accused and imprisoned in Egypt, Joseph's early life was filled with what many would call bad luck. Yet these series of unfortunate events were part of a larger divine plan that was gradually unfolding. Joseph's steadfast faith and his ability to interpret dreams eventually led him to a position of significant authority in Egypt. From this position, he was able to save not only the Egyptian population from famine, but also his own family, who had betrayed him. This turnaround in Joseph's life illustrates a crucial biblical truth. God can transform what appears to be terrible misfortune into profound blessings. Joseph's story is particularly relevant for anyone who feels caught in an unending cycle of misfortune. It reminds us that our current struggles may be setting the stage for future blessings. In today's fast-paced and often chaotic world, Christians can feel particularly susceptible to feelings of being unlucky. Whether it's job loss, health issues, or family strife, the challenges can seem relentless. However, the biblical teachings and stories provide not only comfort, but also guidance on how to navigate these trials. Firstly, it's important to recognize that suffering and misfortune are not indicators of God's displeasure or absence. Just as Job and Joseph experienced God's presence and ultimate blessing through their trials, we too can hold on to the promise that God is with us in our struggles. Moreover, the Bible encourages us to seek wisdom and community support during tough times. Community support is also crucial. The early Christian communities shared everything they had, supported each other in times of need, and strengthened each other's faith. By bearing one another's burdens, we fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2. Understanding biblical perspectives on suffering and misfortune is one thing. Applying these insights to our daily lives is another. Practical spirituality involves taking the truths we learn from Scripture and integrating them into our everyday experiences. One practical step is to start each day with prayer and meditation on the Scriptures. This daily discipline helps us center our thoughts on God's promises and prepares us to face whatever comes our way with faith and wisdom. Another key practice is to maintain an active involvement in a community of faith. Being part of a church or small group provides not only support and encouragement, but also accountability. Sharing our struggles and victories with others can also lead to deeper insights and spiritual growth. Furthermore, serving others can shift our focus from our own problems to the needs of those around us. By helping those in need, we often gain a fresh perspective on our own situations. One of the most common reasons Christians feel unlucky is due to comparisons. In an age where social media often highlights the best moments of people's lives, it's easy to feel as if everyone else is experiencing more joy, success, and blessings. This can lead to feelings of jealousy and inadequacy, which are contrary to the contentment and peace that the Bible teaches. The Apostle Paul addresses this issue directly when he writes, "I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances," as found in Philippians 4:11. Learning contentment is a key to overcoming feelings of unluckiness that stem from comparisons. Implementing a mindset of contentment starts with gratitude. Focusing on what we have rather than what we lack shifts our perspective significantly. Regularly writing down things we are thankful for trains our minds to notice blessings over shortcomings. Understanding that our lives are under God's sovereign control is essential for viewing our circumstances as part of a divine plan rather than mere misfortune. This perspective is not about dismissing our struggles, but about seeing them as integral parts of a larger, purposeful narrative that God is writing with our lives. The story of Joseph, as discussed earlier, is a prime example of divine planning. His journey from the pit to the palace was fraught with hardships, yet each event was crucial in positioning him to save many lives. This teaches us that God's plans are often far beyond our immediate understanding and comfort. To align our vision with God's, we must regularly immerse ourselves in Scripture. Studying it teaches us to trust in God's timing and wisdom, even when our paths take unexpected turns. Prayer is also vital in aligning our perspective with God's. It's essential to revisit our initial question: why do many Christians feel unlucky? As we've explored, this often stems from a misunderstanding of what constitutes true fortune and blessing. The Bible redirects us from worldly assessments of luck to a deeper, more spiritually anchored understanding of our lives' events. Embracing our trials as blessings is not about denying the pain or difficulty they involve. Instead, it's about seeing them through the lens of faith, recognizing that they are tools God uses for our growth, to refine our faith, and to prepare us for future roles and responsibilities He has in store for us. This perspective calls for a radical trust in God, a trust that believes He is good, His plans are for our benefit, and He is with us every step of the way. Thus, the next time we feel unlucky, let us remember these truths. Let us choose to see our circumstances as part of a larger divine mosaic that is beautiful and purposeful. Click on the end screen video to see how shifting our perspective can help us overcome feelings of unluckiness, grow in our spiritual journey, draw closer to God, and become more like Jesus.